So you sketched this out for your lino cut, right?
Yeah, I sketched it out from
so this is
the drawing I did.
an older one that Scott kind of worked on and to kind of figure out how to do it. This is his first one. And I'm still kind of figuring it out. I've only done one test.
This is a drawing that I did from life of Ashley. And so I thought I would do a lino cut of it. I put it in the computer.
So this is those gray speedball lino cut things that we ordered. This is a 9x12. You see how it's kind of soft and kind of bends.
And we got a little digital projector, which we haven't, you know, had one forever. And that way I can just draw out the drawing.
So you do the drawing
transfer
first,
it onto here.
and you figure out the ideas, and that way you can make it bigger or smaller. You don't have to worry about gridding. You can then do these same ideas for even larger paintings too.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how it would work because we haven't used one.
Yeah, but still,
but it worked out pretty good. It was just a cheap little projector. And I thought about whether I should, this will print it the other way. This will flip it.
Right, so when you do a print, when you do a lino, what that means is that when you print it, it is opposite.
But we looked at it and Sue kind of thought it looked cool flipped.
For some reason, there's absolutely no rhyme or reason, but I have this strange philosophy that possibly profiles facing left are, maybe especially for like Westerners, is more aesthetic or pleasing. And that is totally maybe bullshit and just my you know, just my thinking, because I do profiles facing right also, but then once you do it, then we have all these pens and you have to go over it with like
I'm gonna sketch it out,
yeah, like a Sharpie or like pens, because otherwise when you start to like carve, these lines can get smudged, and you want to make sure that you put permanent lines.
And I'm gonna play with the shapes and things and make it interesting and designing.
So this is the one that you did last time.
Yeah, and you can see them next to each other, how they're flipped. So
it's very subtle, but you can tell, especially on the nose, like that design.
This is the actual lino cut, and you can see this flower here on the left, on this side is on the right. So they'll flip it itself.
So today we have a model, and Scott is setting up the lighting. You see how he has 4 lights up there? We've been kind of discussing possibly that to not be as bright, because sometimes it's hard to judge your paintings when you have too much light, and we won't go into that right now, but it's something we're experimenting with.
Making it a little too dark.
Yeah, we're just experimenting. So there's a quick pic. I don't want to show too much. It's like a little teaser. And you're going to be painting on this board?
Yeah, I thought I'd paint on this clay board. I really like this.
Oh, interesting. Scott usually doesn't paint on stuff that's super duper smooth.
This painting here is painted on that same board. I have to do more to it, but I put that on my easel to set the camera up and to focus it and check the stuff.
So the model will be right there. Now, Scott, do you want us to put like some kind of like a backdrop back there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's smart.
Yep.
And this is a drawing that you did on your Sunday session. So that was just a couple days ago. Have you finished it, or are you still going to work on it?
That's exactly how it was from when I did it. I'll do a little bit more to it.
And I'm going to film this portrait. It's going to be for our Patreon, and we'll talk through everything. It's one of our friends, Michael, who is showing up to pose. He has a beard, and it'll be really fun. We don't paint men too much, so it's always, whenever we get a chance, we like to hire men. All right.
Cool.
Super, tons of creativity happening.
Yeah. But Sue's studio, we made the ceilings big, so you could do.
Oh, so you might go over there and paint if you had a huge one.
I don't know.
He doesn't want to paint in my studio.
I'll probably just sit on the floor if I do the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Okay. And that would be a huge.
But those are really nice. Sue has a smaller version.
Okay.
It still goes up.
We're talking about these easels, these huge easels.
She doesn't need it to be gigantic.
But they're very big. They're not really that practical.
Her blog and stuff is kind of fun, yeah.
Yeah, there's counterbalance, you know.
So you put it in the back here, you put weights on this here.
I tried to build one, but it didn't work.
You put these weights on here. If I have a heavier, bigger canvas, then you put weights on here to equal what you're doing. Even when I did like this sculpture, when I did this sculpture here, that's the bronze, but when I did it in wax first, it was quite heavy still with all the wax on it. But I did it on here, and so I just put a bunch of these on it to balance how much it weighed. That way you can just still lift it up and down and everything. So when I work in the bottom part, I just lift it up and I work on the bottom part.
How heavy is that?
This is probably like 150 pounds.
Wow.
You know, with the, because it's bronze.
Yeah.
You know, so.
It's solid metal?
It's not actually
not
solid. This is all a inside.
Okay.
I would take it off, but I don't want to.
Yeah, don't.
It's inside. It's actually just the thing, but bronze just weighs a really lot. So yeah, so yeah, it's kind
cool
of
how I
interesting.
recognize some of your.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Were you there when we painted her?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah.
because I thought her hair was real.
I know. She was fun. Yeah.
I was like, nice hair. And it was a
She was
wig.
wearing a white or silver wig.
She does
Yeah.
cosplay. She has all these costumes. I've been meaning to have her posing, and we just haven't been doing them as much lately because of all this stuff. So yeah,
This
there's
is
just
so-
lots. I mean, there's tons of paintings in here that are. I use this one, that little thing for Patreon to show background. I'm gonna work more on this one. I want to just. I'm not gonna find a photo. I'm just gonna
You just do
play
it.
with it, you know.
Just-
So. But I did that years and years ago. So.
You guys straight?
Chilly too? I can turn.
No, I'm
Okay, good.
comfortable with my hoodie.
All right, excellent. Yeah. Feel free to zip it up or whatever.
Yeah,
So,
whatever. Yeah.
So Scott turned
No, I
off
mean, keep
these
it warm.
lights because he wanted the lighting to be dramatic.
So,
So these are turned off. Hey Scott, shouldn't we turn this camera
I
on?
will, yeah. I want to make sure I know where this is going to be before
Oh, okay.
I orient it here. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, tell me where you want me to look to.
I'm going to actually put that other painting up here just to refocus it again
Yeah,
and to make sure when I.
because you can't focus on just a blank white canvas. You need something to focus
Oh.
on, and oh yeah.
Sometimes I just put a piece of tape up and
Really?
focus. Yeah, because it has to have some contrasty thing to know if it's in focus or not. I like to put,
Oh yeah, the camera.
I like to put a painting up though that's finished because it's hard to guess on what your exposure should be on just white.
Yeah.
And it's
right.
also good to see whether or not you're getting glare. Especially when you do demos in weird places, you know, and they have a camera. What'll happen is you'll go start painting and all of a sudden nobody can see, it's all glary because you've set everything up just on a white canvas. And so, oh yeah, that looks great. See, I don't even have to change the exposure from where it was with those other lights on because they put so little light onto it. All right, cool.
You guys crack me up. It's so
I crack myself up. I swear to God, it's so funny. That's why I love leaving bloopers in, and I love leaving how stupid we are because I'm like I crack myself up.
Yeah, it's good. I love it. It's awesome.
I'm gonna put this up here.
So Michael, have you ever posed for a portrait before?
Just for our little art group.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah, if
okay.
the model doesn't show, then I'll volunteer.
Yeah.
But
They'll only
not
hire
like
you.
this. No, it's all.
So they'll only hire you when there's absolutely no other
Right.
choice.
Your
And
last
yes,
option.
I do take the 50 bucks. Like, pay up.
Yeah, no, it's not easy to sit
No,
there,
it's
especially
not.
after like 2 hours. You're thinking,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm not getting paid enough.
Yeah.
I'm not.
So you got just a little there's a tiny little-
Well,
So this
normally-
Scott loves sitting on this little toy stool.
I like to be, you know, kind of on level,
Yeah.
you know, or
and you don't
this is
like
what I
wheels.
take with me when I paint.
Just something you probably got from like Walmart or Target or
See,
something.
this is, I'm almost always standing on my mat there.
Oh yeah,
I moved it back a little bit, and I noticed I've got a lot of
I
paint.
love those. That mat is one of those rice. Isn't that like a?
I don't know what
martial
kind.
It's
arts
a like taekwondo or
Yeah.
gymnastics mat we got from the
Yeah,
YMCA.
the YMCA, they use them for people to stretch.
Yeah.
And to do tumble, yeah.
Literally, when we moved here, it was like the stretching.
No, yeah,
we were getting an old one, so it's like 26
We've had
years
them
old, and
forever,
At
yeah.
that time, it was old. So
Yeah.
we had a couple others. When I cleaned the studio, I actually got rid of them because they were just falling apart.
I just love observing what things. I mean, you have these things because this is what you like. This is
Well,
what
we
works for
find
you.
that I'm always amazed that people do not stand on mats. Like when I go visit professional artists and they're just standing on wood
Yeah.
or cement or whatever, and I personally can. I stand on these, and I use those like giant shoes with the like the giant heels that you kind of roll back and forth. You get them from like work shoe websites. In fact,
Like right at you.
Yeah, just
in fact, the website is called shoesforcruise.com. It's for people who stand on their feet all day.
Well, that's true.
Anyway, so
Yeah, okay.
Just natural, yeah.
So Scott, you have to turn the, is the camera on?
Yeah, I turned it on, yeah.
Oh, okay. So let's show the paints that you're using.
All right, cool. Just from what I've been painting this morning, a lot of these are just mud colors that I've mixed together, you know, that from
they're just like
scraping
things
the palette.
that, because you use so much paint, you don't want to like throw paint out.
Yeah, no,
They're all nice and shiny
all the colors
and gooey.
that are on there. Yeah, these are great. All right, so I'm just gonna sketch him out here.
Do you have an idea, like, so you're gonna do him life size?
Yeah, I'm gonna do him life size, and I like the hat, and I like some of these shapes. You know, I'm going to use some of these things. I'm going to block in some of it.
Those rubber.
Some of the rubber things as I block it in, and I kind of want to make it designy. You know, kind of an interesting design.
Yeah.
There is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. My mother, she was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New
All
Orleans.
done.
All done. It's okay.
Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk. And the only time that he is satisfied is when he's out on a drunk. Oh, mother, tell your children not to do what I have done. Spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun.
You will notice that the rug is gone. I tried and tried, it just, the smell, it was crazy. It just would not go away. So I actually like it more. I think this is just regular concrete. I think you can like use some kind of pine sol or some kind of floor cleaner to polish it a little bit, because the lady who cleans the hallways does that and it looks nice. But I just wanted to give you an update that yes, the rug is gone, so it'll be easier to sweep. And we hung this print. So this print is I think this is about a 24 by 30. It is a print of a Richard Schmid painting. Now, what this would be is, it's kind of like him using oil paint, but like drawing in a way. It's like called maybe a dry brush technique or dry painting. And Scott bought this for me when we first met, like in the early 90s, and I got it for Christmas. And we found it in Scott's, you know, when he redid his studio and threw out so much stuff. It was up in his rafters. It was stored with tons of other things. And I actually think it looks really good here. I used to have another print of Richard's, but it was like big white frame, big white mat, and I think think it kind of looks much better than what the other one was. So you hear my voice in the background because 2 years ago I did an online class, and I found these old Zoom videos of me teaching and giving slideshows and talking, and so I thought, if I didn't want to delete them, right? I thought I can edit these down. I mean, because they're long, right? I have multiple ones of them, but they're talking about good things, and they are talking about the brushes I like, or people are asking me questions, and Scott's there, and so we're kind of talking together, and I am giving slideshow lectures about what I learned from paintings. And so I thought, it's really hard to listen to myself because I feel that my voice gets really high. So sometimes when I do voiceovers on videos, I talk in a yoga voice. It's kind of a joke because I can talk fast, but I have to slow down my voice. I have to take more breaths. I have to, it's painful for me to hear myself. Well, so every time I teach, especially online, in person sometimes I can get caught up in the moment, but online I'm consciously going to be more, I guess, slower when I speak. Not only that, because I exhaust myself when I do it. I talk, and so I'm recording these on QuickTime, and then I'm going to edit them down because there is so much fluff, so much, but it's just funny because it's something that we can all learn from ourselves. We all have to see ourselves on video. It is a rite of passage to hear ourselves. So even hearing myself in the background, I mean, okay, so I'm going to talk in a lower yoga voice register as I teach in the future. So future students will be much more happy, I hope. But I'm excited to add these to YouTube. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube videos. I love it when people write me about them, and I have fun doing them, so I'm so glad that people are enjoying them. Please subscribe and follow me and Scott on our Instagram pages, our website, and also on our patreon.com/Susan Lyon.